YouTube can be your place to escape the rat race. Start a channel for every passion. Ignore the ones who call that distraction. You will create so much more when you do what you want to explore. Every day is different. Your interest will change. To keep posting frequent, you must embrace change. You create your best work when it not feels as homework. So don't niche down, but explore your passions. It's your way out. You will finally take actions. Because when you create what you love, it is never enough. Starting to post on YouTube can be your way to escape the so-called matrix or rat race because of the leverage of content, the power of YouTube, and the psychology of relationship. So let's unpack that. Right now, I assume you probably work for 8 hours and get paid for 8 hours. Or you get paid for one project that takes you 8 hours. Making a YouTube video can also take you 8 hours, but you keep getting paid because you keep getting views. Whether it's 1 view per month or 1,000 views per day. I posted one video 7 months ago and it still makes me around $100 per month. So that explains the leverage of content. Now the power of YouTube is its massive distribution of your content. And even though your reel on Instagram may get more views, it's all about total watch hours. It's interesting that you almost never hear this from anyone. And it's interesting because nobody really tells you this. But I think it's the most important thing behind content creation. Something every content creator needs to know. So if you get 1 million views on your Instagram reel, which maybe is 30 seconds, then you get 8,333 hours of total watch time. But if you get 100,000 views, 10 times less, on your 10-minute YouTube video, you actually get double the watch hours, 16,666 hours. This brings me to the psychology of relationship. People buy from people. Even more so, people buy from people they know, like, and or trust. So by focusing on watch hours, people will get to know you better. And thus you can monetize a higher percentage of your audience. And exactly that is the thing that will help you escape this rat race. Because the most important thing in your life, if I may assume, is the need for money. Or maybe better said, solving the need for money. And when you solve the need for money by having enough of it to survive for 2 or 3 years, then you can start to climb Maslow's pyramid. Finally focus on what really matters, self-actualization. You may not know that this is what you're looking for. You may give it a different name at this moment. Most people don't have a name for it. You hear freedom, you hear happiness. Doesn't really matter, words are always very limiting, right? But optimizing to get to that self-actualization stage the fastest is my priority. And it is really difficult, if not impossible, to get there without solving the need for money first. So to get back to the topic, you can still repurpose the content or create specific content for Instagram, LinkedIn, and the other platforms. But by making YouTube the priority, you will be able to escape the rat race faster. So how to practically grow on YouTube? Oh, here is where things get interesting. There is no one way. There's only your way. Radical self-experimentation is the only thing that works. Don't believe me. Never believe me. Never believe anyone. Just look at your own life. Do you really follow those steps that you get on when you watch on social media or you read something? And when you do they really give you the results you look for? In my life, it has always been the things that I've tried for myself without believing it, trying it out for myself, seeing what it is exactly that it gives me, finding out if it works for me. And if I can keep doing it, keep seeing the result. That is the only thing that works. That being said, you can still get inspired. So without following what I'm about to say, here's just what worked for me. By the way, I'm Jordan, did over $4 million in revenue, hired over 40 people, started making videos in 2012. And I have a YouTube channel with over 5,000 subscribers, over 1 million views. And the creation process that really works for me is by creating the things that I want to explore myself. And here's where it gets difficult because you are exposed like on a daily level to external influences. So what is really intrinsic? It's difficult to define, but getting as close as possible to that are always the things that I enjoy creating the most, that are effortless and always faster as well. But that is not the most important thing that matters, does it? It's really about that full immersion in the creation process, the ease, the flow of it, the deep flow state you get into. And that always happens when I create about the things I want to explore questions I want to answer for myself, or problems I want to solve. Actual problems that are acute in my life right now, on that moment. We are very selfish creatures, and this is not bad, nor good. You have been so conditioned to believe that selfish is this bad thing, but it's not. It's just the truth. We are selfish. You don't donate to help others. You donate money or stuff because you want to feel better for yourself. And that is also not bad. That's just the truth, all right? Understanding that you are selfish, that this is not bad, will help you in many ways. So to get back, because sometimes I drift off, you can get very practical about it, about the creation process. And for example, write down every morning your list of problems, your list of questions, and your list of interests that you want to explore. And do that with your golden pen on this black paper or on your beautiful keyboard in Notion. But usually the most acute things are already top of mind. So whatever those are to me, I search them up on YouTube and I look for the outlier videos. And with that, I mean the videos that get the highest amount of views relative to the subscriber count. Or a different way you can say it is also the total views that video get in comparison to the average views that person gets on the other videos. If that score is higher, it makes more sense to create about that topic. And sometimes I only check this for one thing that I have in my mind. Sometimes I do it for 20 things. It doesn't really matter. At some point, I gravitate naturally towards one. And then it is just about starting to write. And that is easier said than done. So here's just a practical little thing that worked for me. Again, this is not something you want to then do. Maybe you can try it and see if it works for you too. But what I notice is that when I'm on my phone, is typing on my phone seems to be way less distractful, if that's a word. I'm not sure why. When I'm behind my PC with my dual monitor setup, nice keyboard, it all seems perfect, but it is not. I'm way too distracted. I open email, I open YouTube, I open whatever it is, apart from, in my case, the Notion page to start writing on. And when I get my phone, it just, I don't know if it's about like typing with your fingers on a touchscreen instead of like the keyboard, but I really think it's about the distraction. So that works for me. The creation process, it helps me if I start on my phone. And since Notion automatically syncs to the cloud and therefore the laptop as well, sometimes I continue writing on the laptop, but usually I finish everything on the phone, or at least most of it, the outline. And this whole approach of searching the topic on YouTube, finding the outlier videos and sometimes different topics, helps me validate which one of those questions or problems or explorations of that day have the best potential on YouTube to get views. So does this mean you sometimes compromise on what you really want to create, or for that sake really want to find out or explore? Yes, the answer is yes. Now you may say, but Jordan, you told me in these other videos that you should never compromise on your artistic freedom. And you're right. But think about it, is this really a compromise? Because what I'm basically saying is that you already start from the place of all the things that you already want to create. And you might pick the one that is a little bit less important to you, and you might change the title and the start of the video so it isn't perfectly aligned, but it still allows you to get to the real thing that you want to find out for yourself, or what you just want to create about. Besides that, I'm also okay with temporarily sacrificing certain days of creating videos to get to that one video that will take off, so the whole channel takes off and your next videos get more reach. Here's how I see it. Every time you get a viral video, you allow yourself to create for more internal reasons, because you have built up a larger audience where you now can also get views on those unpopular topics. And you can almost create this viral concept, but it's just not necessary anymore, because you have this large audience, you already get the views and you earn enough money. So the more viral videos you can get and the faster you can get there, the more you can create for internal reasons. And isn't this what we all want? To talk about whatever we want to talk about, or better said, to solve any problem or explore any question we have internally and be able to express it and also receive great financial rewards from it. Now you can tell yourself that you can already do this, but the truth is that to 99% of people, this doesn't work, because they create videos on YouTube because they want more income. And if you only create about things that basically don't get views, but they're interesting to you, then you can't solve this need for money. And you can trick your mind, but this doesn't work. It may work temporarily, but it doesn't last. Don't fake it until you make it. Make it so you don't have to fake it. For instance, Mr. Beast can make a video today about how he feels and get 10 million views. And that's what you could call the intersection or the sweet spot between artistic freedom and financial freedom. So explore for yourself which topics in the area of your interest are most popular. Create about those topics without watching the videos. Do that enough times and one will take off. And every time it does, you will set yourself up for more artistic freedom, because you will be able to solve your need for money and finally explore the real need in life. The need to see what you're truly capable of, the thing you are born to do, the art you are born to create. Pick one topic per day that to you feels like play, so that you write 1000 words without feeling the efforts you can record from this script. It makes it easy not to be skipped, because consistency is key to finally break free from this thing we call matrix. YouTube will be your basis. Start climbing Maslow's pyramid to return to the need you had as a kid. This thing we call self-actualization. That is the ultimate destination. Alright. Thanks for watching, and only the serious person may check the show notes. Talk soon.